If you watch any of my videos, any of my vinyl or music videos, you'll realize that just about 99.99% of all the stuff I buy is thrifted, either at Goodwill, Savers, Salvation Army, any thrift shop, private sellers. Occasionally I will buy something new. And I bought this brand new at Barnes & Noble last weekend, and this is an album that has changed the way I listen to music and has changed my views of music. And this is by the great Howlin Wolf. And I say great, I'm not kidding. I think that this man was not only the greatest blues singer of all time, maybe the greatest singer, period, of all time. And I don't say that lightly. This album has turned me on to a genre that I listened to blues music in the past, but not with this type of fervor and not with this type of passion. I knew nothing. I've heard of Howlin Wolf. I watched the movie Cadillac Records years ago, which was about the formation and success of Leonard Chess's Chess Records. I think it was Adrian Brody who played him. And there's one scene where Howlin Wolf is discovered and produced by the Chess brothers. Well, before that, he recorded for Sun Records. You can see this is a Barnes & Noble exclusive blue vinyl, limited to 1,200 copies, recorded in 1951 and 1952, and pressed at Palace in Germany. Show you the back of it here. Recorded in 1951 and 52 in Memphis, Tennessee. All songs were produced by Sam Phillips. So Barnes & Noble had their vinyl weekend last weekend, and I wanted to buy one piece that would be memorable, and I could not have picked a better piece. I'm telling you guys, if you haven't listened to Howlin Wolf, you gotta give him a try. Not only the best blues singer I have ever heard, maybe the best singer, period, that I've ever heard in my life. Howlin Wolf. The rest of these picks are from Goodwill and Savers, and we'll save an unboxing for the very end. Piece that I bought from a private collector. I actually have this on compact disc, and I showed some Hank Williams a few weeks ago, but I was really happy to find this one for 99 cents with this amazing gatefold. 24 of Hank Williams' greatest hits on MGM. You see his Country Music Hall of Fame plaque there. Some great photos of him when he was, I guess, sober. Maybe a rare moment. There's his cowboy outfit with all the musical notes on it. And then the bronze statue. The only thing I don't like about this recording, you can see right here, electronically recorded to simulate stereo. Well, my preamp has a mono button, so I'm guessing I'm going to be listening to this in mono to get rid of that swishy sound, the fake stereo sound. But what the heck, for 99 cents How can you go wrong? This is another one for 99 cents. How the hell can you go wrong? The Allman Brothers Band at Fillmore East. I did a little bit of research on this, and apparently some folks think of this as the greatest live record ever produced. I have no Allman Brothers, and of course Greg Allman passed away recently. Maybe a nice way to start. Small doses. I saw this was produced by Tom Dowd. It's a 2-album set. There's whipping post on it. I guess that's all of side 4. But some people say this is the greatest live recording ever made. So 99 cents. Hard to go wrong. Same with this one. I love Aretha. This is Who's Zoomin' Who from Big 80s. And it has Who's Zoomin' Who, Freeway of Love, Sisters Are Doing It for Themselves. See, it's got this great hype sticker on it, on the Aretha label. And it's got the original shrink on it. It's open, of course, but still in the shrink. From 1985. Got that great album cover. Classic modern day Aretha. Bob Dylan. Street Legal. 99 cents on Columbia. Management. Jerry Weintraub. That's kind of cool. On Columbia. A little bit of ring wear, but you don't listen to album covers. This next one, I can't tell you how happy I was to find this. Honest to goodness. I think this probably was played in classrooms. I'm guessing. American Industrial Ballads by Pete Seeger on Folkways. It's got that look, that educational look. Look at the condition of this cover. It's like brand new. I am going to open this up. I'm going to try to do this because I want you guys to see this one thing that I thought was really nifty, really cool. And I'm guessing teachers use this as a workbook. Here we go. From 1956, copyright 1956, Folkways Records. You've got all the, you've got liner notes in this book. You've got lyrics. How cool is this? This is, to me, a piece of history. Not that I'm a Pete Seeger fan. I'm really not. But look at this. Ballad of Barney Graham. My Children Are 7 in Number from the early 30s. And then on the back here, this is what I thought was so cool. You've got the Folkways catalog, leading producer of authentic folk music. And look at, they even sold jazz. They sold jazz back in the day. Ethnic Monograph Library, Ethnic Folkways Library, American Historical. And you've got the matching cover that matches the album cover. I thought that was really neat. Next, we are going to do my first unboxing ever. You ever look on eBay and you have your searches set up on your eBay phone app and something comes across where it's like, Jesus Christ, I have got to have this no matter what. Well, This is my Jesus Christ moment, what's in this box. Costs the shipper $3.61 to ship it. I think they charged me a hell of a lot more than that, but I haggled with them and I had to have the contents of this box. I am going to open this on camera, but I'm going to spare you guys the scissors, and I'm just going to open up the seal and then flip it open, and you'll see what's in here. These are quick and dirty videos. These are not slick productions. These are not smoke and mirrors or gimmicks. We've got this box open. You're going to see with me the contents of this box for the first time. We'll pull this cardboard open. What do we got in here? Yes! Songs by Sinatra. This is a true album. This is an album. Look at that. We've got a free poly sleeve here for maybe for my 33s. Oh my gosh, this person went crazy here. Look at this. This is why I wanted this. This is one of my favorite, all-time favorite Sinatra songs. Embraceable You by the Gershwins from Girl Crazy. So we got some extra sleeves here. Look at that. Look at Songs by Sinatra, Volume 1. I think they knew there would be a Volume 2 at some point. She's Funny That Way. I'm Sorry I Made You Cry. I Concentrate on You. That Old Black Magic. I saw this sell on eBay. Selling price $400. I did not pay $400. How Deep is the Ocean? Over the Rainbow. That's pretty cool. And All the Things You Are. And look at that. There's my friend from a few weeks ago, the voice of Frank Sinatra. So this is a later album, an explanation of Columbia's lamination process, which is pretty cool. Laminated 78s are a huge controversy on the internet. I think they're fantastic, but some people get deep in the weeds and grumble about the sound quality, the durability of the 78s. I think Columbia did a fantastic job with the laminated 78s, but that's just my own opinion. But look at that cover. Sinatra, when he had all his hair, young, hungry, the biggest star in the world at that time. The biggest, not even close. Thrilled to have this album. And yeah, this is an album. And that's how we got that name, from these binders of 78s. That is an album right there. From the voice. Speaking of albums, this is an album of 78s. I got this at Restore. The records inside were 10 cents a piece. Old-fashioned Revival Hour Quartet with Rudolph Atwood, accompanist. Not licensed for radio broadcast. Abide With Me, Softly and Tenderly. These look really cool. They don't even have a name of a label. I'm gonna have to do some research on what the old-fashioned revival hour quartet was all about. The Lily of the Valley, Jealous Heart, Al Morgan on London. Turnabout is Fair Play. Little Ann, Jerry Mazanek and his orchestra on Columbia. Hill and Dale Polka. I have no polka in my collection, so that's pretty cool. All Alone with You in a Little Rendezvous, International Novelty Orchestra on Victor. The Pal That I Loved Stole the Gal That I Loved, Charles Dornberger and his orchestra. Good Night and Good Morning, Homer A. Rodehaver. God Understands from the same artist. Heartaches from Homer again. Let's see if we can move this up. These things weigh a fucking ton. The Glory of His Presence. Another hit by Homer. Den Gamla Siren. Columbia Dankstorver. Swedish imported recording. That's cool. I.N. Sigmundsson. Also in Swedish. Imported recording. Ed Krokoliski and his orchestra. Another polka. These are going to be a blast. Laughing Polka. The Song the Angels Sing. Mario Lanza. Wow. On Red Seal. I have no Mario Lanza, and this guy was probably the biggest 78 artist in his day ever. What do we got here? Another Mario Lanza, Because You're Mine. From the MGM film Because You're Mine. I'm going to have to do some research on this one. This is a label I've never seen before. Made in Sweden. Sonora Elite. Kom hem Little Far. Bertil Boo. We got Swedish records in here, guys. Nar Skagnara Sunjunga. I'm going to have to transfer some of these to CD and play them. I drive a Volvo. You can't get any more Swedish than this. Maybe I'll listen to it on the iPod while I'm shooting my Hasselblad. Another Swedish icon. You Can't Be True Dear, Vera Lynn. Flip side is Once Upon a Winter Time. So those are my 10-cent 78s. We'll get back to some more 78s and some 45s next. Maybe a definitive one-hit wonder. Gary Numan, Cars. From 1979. The album was The Pleasure Principle. And the flip side was Metal, also written by Gary Numan. 1979, a true one-hit wonder. Next guy, maybe about a 500, maybe a 1,000 hit wonder, maybe 2,000. McCartney. I'm not even a big McCartney fan, but that is a great photo of him in his preppy mode. Early 80s, I'm guessing. Produced, 1983. Produced by George Martin. But look at this. I looked at this at lunch. It is on Parlophone. So this is the imported original. So Bad and Pipes of Peace on Parlophone. Get the trademark. Friggin' cool. That is so, and look at, it doesn't even have a cutout to put on a changer. It's cool. It is so cool. Bryan Adams, this time. I love Bryan Adams. 2 songs from 2 different albums. This time with Fitzy Good. Fitzy Good was from You Want It, You Got It. This time was from Cuts Like a Knife, produced by Bob Clearmountain. I think he did a lot of stuff with Springsteen, if I'm not mistaken. By the way, these were all 99 cents. These are all from Savers. Billy Joel, Piano Man. You're My Home is the flip side. 1973. Pretty cool. From the Days of Disco. Short-lived ABC TV show, Making It. From 1978, David Naughton. Was also from the movie Meatballs on RSO. See, we've got the RSO sleeve. Flip side, the sequel, Still Making It. So you made it on the first side, you're still making it on side B. While we're in the disco mood, Casey and the Sunshine Band, Keep It Comin' Love. Flip side is Baby I Love You. Beautiful picture sleeve from 1977. Distributed by TK Productions. Casey and the Sunshine Band. Well, we'll go back a few decades. On the Victor label, Wabash Blues by the Benson Orchestra of Chicago on the Victor label. Flip side is Tuck Me to Sleep in My Old Tucky Home. Benson Orchestra of Chicago. I did a little bit of research on this. This came out in 1921. Bygones. Paul Whiteman and his orchestra. I guess Paul Whiteman has a huge cult following. I see a lot of his 78s on YouTube videos, and apparently he was very controversial. Some people loved his stuff and other people despised him, and he later went to Columbia. Flip side is By the Sapphire Sea, Paul Whiteman and his orchestra. Next we'll take a look at some 33s, and we'll finish out this stash from the weekend. Alright, I'll preface this last segment. These were all from Savers. These were all 99 cents a piece. Frank Sinatra, Strangers in the Night. I think I already have this. Of course, it's got Strangers in the Night, Summer Wind, All or Nothing at All, Yes Sir, That's My Baby. In his absolute peak, the all-time zenith of his skills, his talent. I think he went downhill rapidly after this album, Strangers in the Night. George Harrison, Cloud 9, In the Shrink But look at this hype sticker. Contains the hit single Got My Mind Set on You. Safe to say this is probably not a first pressing. Was bought at Strawberries, which is owned by the infamous gangster and mobster Mo Levy. Mo Levy stole millions of dollars from Tommy James and the Shondells. This was Strawberries was his record chain, and Roulette was his record label. Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young, Four-Way Street. Beautiful gatefold right there. Recorded at the Fillmore East. Look at that. 1970. Same place where the Allman Brothers recorded that album. Four-Way Street. The Georgia Satellites. Open All Night. It's pretty cool. I'm going to pause it right here. Bad Company, Rough Diamonds. You see, we've got literally rough diamonds on this outer sleeve. Got a nice inner sleeve, and on the Swan Song label, this thing is like friggin' brand new. I don't know anything about this album. I do like Bad Company. I don't know any of these songs. In the Shrink, sold at Adele Industries for $1.99. Pretty cool. This next one I think I already have a copy of. Some more Bad Company. Straight Shooter. Of course, with the iconic dice logo on the front. Shooting Star. Feel Like Making Love. I think I already have. I have a couple of Bad Company albums, but for 99 cents, all over it. Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers with Jammin' Me, Runaway Trains, The Damage You've Done. Nice hype label. Still in the Shrink. This sold at Leechmere, who I used to work for in the 80s, for $7.99. Let Me Up, I've had enough. Really happy to find this one. Hell, I find Tom Petty anywhere on vinyl, let alone in the Shrink and at a store I used to work for. This has a 7-digit SKU. So that tells me this is from late 80s, early 90s, if I was to guess. Yeah, there we go. 1987. Because I say that because I remember Leechmere used to use a 6-digit stock keeping unit. And in the late 80s, they switched over to a 7-digit. They called this a check digit. So you had 7 numbers. So the SKU was 2917839, sold for $7.99. This thing is friggin' mint. Mint. Oh. Thrilled. This next one, I think this is my third copy of. Second copy on vinyl. I have it on 8-track. Aerosmith, Toys in the Attic. Of course, it's got ring wear. You don't listen to covers. Not gonna fret over it. Vinyl looks amazing. Amazing. Oh, what do you know? There's also a copy of Boston's first album on the inside. bonus. And there's Aerosmith, Toys in the Attic. But a bonus. And it looks mint. Boston's first album. Cool. I knew this was not a 2-album set, and maybe that's why there's Ringway on it. What do we got here? The fantastic Creedence Clearwater Revival. Born on the Bayou, Lodi, Hate Tonight, Tearing Up the Country. Prestige for Pleasure. That's pretty cool. Born on the Bayou, one of my all-time favorite Creedence songs. Nice picture of them on the cover. In the shrink, original recording, whatever original recording means. We're going to get to some original recordings next that I almost fainted. Beetle 65, In the Shrink. I'm guessing it's a repress, Gold Record Award, audited and certified by the RIAA. Of course, I have my original copy of Beetle 65 that my friend Mark gave me in college. So now I've got 2 copies. Let's see which version this one is. Oh, this is an original. This is on, well, let's say an original repress. This is on the Apple label. That is friggin' cool. That is friggin' cool. And the record looks mint. Beetle 65. Told you I'm not a McCartney fan, but Red Rose Speedway, a lot of people rave about this album. Of course, you've got this quasi Pepper cover. You have an opportunity to join the Wings Fun Club, manufactured by Apple Records. This, I believe, is not a Capitol pressing. I think this is, oh, look at that. This is an Apple Gramophone Company Limited. This was owned by the same guy who owned this one. Some guy named Stephen Miles. Thanks, Stephen. What do we got here? Like a Fat Kid Needs Ice Cream. Another copy of Sgt Pepper in stereo. Let's see if what this one has on the Apple label. Fucking cool. Fucking cool. On the Apple label. Looks like the cutouts are not intact. Oh, I'm gonna faint. I'm gonna faint right here. I spoke too soon. Look at this. Cutouts. The cutouts are intact. I'm gonna pause this video so I can faint for a few minutes and I'll come back. Take one guess who owned this 2-album set. You guessed it, Stephen Miles. Stephen, you are the man. I opened up the vinyl on this. This is also on the Apple label. Nice gatefold right there. Kind of speaks for itself who these guys and gals are, well, you can see who's right there. They're all in there. When I was a kid, this was the way to get jump started on the Beatles. Love that cover. Apple 1973. Green Apple logo. But it would not be complete without 67 to 70. Get that same picture with a kind of a bluish tint. Different owner, Dave Dota. 67 through 70. This was the blue set and the red set. If you wanted one piece of Beatles in your collection, that was the way to go. This next one, I've been looking for a complete copy of this forever. Mellencamp's Why did I want that? Because of this song right here. Play Guitar. That is my favorite Mellencamp. It's got Crumbling Down, Pink Houses, The Authority song. Play Guitar is just, it friggin' rocks. It rocks. Next one, last one from this haul. Some more Mellencamp. I think I have 2 copies of this American Fool when he was John Cougar. Hurt So Good, Jack and Diane. 1982. American Fool. So that's my haul. Hope you guys enjoyed this little show and tell. A lot of pieces to get through, and as always, picking up more subscribers along the way, and really loving what I'm finding out there. This is a lot of the thrift stores right now are putting out their Christmas music, so buyers beware. But as you can see from this haul, a lot of good stuff out there. So hope you enjoyed this video. Happy hunting, happy spinning. Take care for now.